The cart and checkout abandonment flows are either going to make you hundreds of thousands of dollars or they're going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it probably already is costing you tons because you don't have the correct setup for your flows to populate the right images or the right products for your customers. And so this is going to be your no BS guide. I'm literally going to jump into the back end, show you exactly step by step how to do it simply, a little bit more of a complicated way, and the correct way to do this within probably 6 minutes. So let me jump into the back end. I don't want to waste your time. All right, first things first, you want to open up Klaviyo and you're going to navigate to the left here. Most people teach us wrong, so pay attention. First thing you want to do is navigate to content and you're going to click on products, all right? And then what you're going to do is you can navigate to product feed. Here, you're going to create a feed. So go to create feed and here we're going to say abandoned cart. Now keep in mind that you can't add any spaces. Come here and then what you want to do is specifically populate products a person has added to their cart. And here you want to, if there's not enough information, just show them bestsellers and over the last 90 days. Then you want to save the product, all right? And so this is done. That's completely the first step, easy peasy. Now navigate to flows. And what you're going to do is say create flow. And all we're going to do is we are going to start from their specific flow template, right? And there's a reason why we want to do this. So click on the flow template. Personally, I'm just going to start with this one. So I'm going to use this one and make sure that the trigger is added to cart. All right. So make sure that is the correct metric. And then what we want to do is we want to click on this first email. And what we're going to do is go into it. Okay. Once we're in it, there is a reason why we chose the template. It's because it's very difficult to set this up correctly. And it's just so much easier to save these elements. And so what you're going to do is you're going to see that this links to a very specific place. So what I like to do is I like to see where it's linking to. And so this is going to be organization URL/cart, right? And I like to copy paste that. And then when I'm building out my flow, I just copy paste it. Then this is going to populate the exact product. So if we preview and we test, you can see that this is now showing a specific product. But the issue is this is now showing a shipping protection route. So we don't want that to show. And that's why we did the product feed the way we did. But if we go take a look at this example, this is someone that's added something and it is showing exactly what they took a look at. So we know that's working. So what we want to do is we want to save this as a universal piece of content. And what I like to do is I'll just save it as MailZ cart, abandonment, and I'm going to save that. Same thing with the button, because everything has a unique URL. You can see here that is unique. And so I'm going to say MailZ button, cart, all right? And that is pretty much it. And then, for example, let's just say that we wanted to add in a hero visual, and we actually want to keep this layout. What I would do is I would then copy this link that we copied earlier, and I'm going to then tag and save this image. So let's just choose a random image that's in our library. So let's just choose this one, for example. We're going to then paste this. And so when you click on it and you actually redirect, it's going to take you to the correct place. So that's why I like using pretty much their stand-in. And what you can do now is you can pretty much exit out of here. And if you want to and you insist on building your own from scratch, you can then go and build those out in your own place, in your own flow, essentially. So let's go build our own. And we're going to name this cart. Move this down. So cart, we're going to create this manually. And then it's going to populate everything. So our trigger is that we add it to cart and we allow re-entry, blah, blah, blah. I've got a separate tutorial about this. If you want to go and watch that video, I'll leave a link somewhere. But here, let's just do an example. And we're just going to go and create this email as an example. So let's go choose a template. And we're going to choose this just as an example. Cool. And it's going to populate everything. But actually, I am going to delete all of this. So should have just created from scratch, but now everything is gone. And now I want to create my own. And so, like I said, you're just going to go and create everything. And the way that you're going to do it is you're going to select your image. You want to copy paste that link that you used at first. So I still have it saved. And now what we want to do is we want to go add those universal elements to make sure it is populating correctly. So we're just literally going to drag and drop everything that we got previously from the previous email. And then we're going to drag and drop the button. Okay, cool. So everything is populating perfectly, right? The only thing is I want to show you accurately. So let's just go do a gray. So you can see that everything is populating. And if we go preview and test, it's going to keep the right formatting. And again, that first one is incorrect. So we're going to do this. Now, another way for you to do this that is simpler is we're going to delete that. And instead what we're going to do is we're going to go to basic We're going to drop and drag this product. We're going to make it dynamic. And here is where we're going to show the products that they left behind. And this is where we can kind of adjust and change the way that it shows. So if we want it to be vertically, or if we want it to be horizontally, right? So let's just say that we only show 2 items. Now if we go preview and test, remember that first person had the shipping protection. Now it is actually showing, so let me go back. Now it's going to show the shipping protection and the product they actually had a look at. So you can see that now it's populating correctly because I specifically chose the products that they added to their cart, and you can go and filter out that shipping protection. So this solves that entire issue. You don't have to do any complicated coding, but at least now you have an option for how to do both. Then the checkout abandonment is slightly different, but you do the exact same process. So let me show you exactly what that looks like because it is a different coding. So this one, you notice that it was the URL/event, etc., etc. Now the checkout abandonment is slightly different. So let's go to create a flow, and then here we're going to do the same process. When you're creating your checkout abandonment, make sure you are doing this separately and you're not using the same thing because they are different. So let's just go and do, let's just do the standard one. Even though it's got SMS attached, we're going to do that. See that checkout started instead of cart started. And then we're going to filter in, and I'm going to show you how different it is. So here we want to go and click here. We're going to go to edit. And here we are going to see the difference here. So as it populates. So here it is taking you back to the cart, but actually is a different URL. So this is actually taking you to the checkout. And so if we enter this, or we click on this as a user, what's going to happen is it's going to take us to the checkout page where you fill in the billing information instead of the home page with the cart abandonment popping up. That's super important. That is a completely different layer of intention. So here we want to say checkout button. Perfect. And here we want to, again, just save this as. So here we want to save as checkout block. All right. And then when we go and build our email, we're going to do it pretty much the exact same way. But again, if you really want, you can go ahead and populate those products that we showed you previously, right? So you can just click on here and you can go, but you can always go and create a new one. And here you can say, whatever it is. So bestsellers or whatever. But I would say added to cart is probably the best one. And the same way that we set it up previously. It's as easy as that. All you have to do is go and save these dynamic elements, save them as universal, and then go and plug them in, create this product feed so that you can just plug it in as well. And it is as simple as that to build your cart abandonment, your checkout abandonment, and make sure that they're actually seeing the right things. And if you really want to preview and test it, you can go ahead here and do that. And if you want to know exactly how to get the copy pastable link in case you want to hyperlink it or put it somewhere, a great trick is to actually scroll down. And you can go ahead and add the specific product that they took a look at. So for example, let's go down here and we can just look through everything. And for example, we want to populate the specific image of the product. We can then go click on this, right? And what we can do is we can go and add this. And this is getting a little bit more of a complicated territory. We can create a dynamic image. And here you're just going to save it as that. And we just literally got that directly from the location that I showed you. And here, let's just unlink this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that. All right. And now when we preview and test, you'll see that it populates the actual image of what they took a look at. So again, it's got that shipping protection here, but let's go take a look at Catherine, for example. And it's going to show them an actual image of what they took a look at. So there's great ways that you can use this. There's multiple different ways. This is getting to a little bit more of the complicated side, but as you can see, it's so simple. Again, just to run you through what I did here, you're just going to go to the profile and you can see all of the things that they took a look at. So you can even copy paste the collections that they took a look at, and you can see that as you click on it, it copies it, and you can do whatever you want. If there's a discount code attached, you can copy that. You can show them the discount code that they didn't use. If we scroll down, so where I found that was product type, and then vendor, and then images. Image, you can click on the specific image of the thing they looked at, and you can copy paste that. So this gets complicated, but at the same time, not really. And the checkout URL, you can just find over here as well. But the easy way is to just copy paste the codes they've already done. But if you don't want to do that, you want to create everything completely uniquely, that's fair. And so what you want to do is you can copy paste this, and you can go and take this link that you've just found and put that into wherever you want to put it. So that's it. That is as simple as that's how you set up these dynamic codes and everything for the cart abandonment and the checkout abandonment to correctly function. And that's it. So if you do want a team to come in and do all of this for you because you don't want to deal with the headache of setting this up correctly, go down below, book in a call with my team. We work with hundreds of different brands, generated millions and millions of dollars over the last 8 years with email marketing specifically, and we would be happy to do the same for you. But for now, if you just want some value, go down below, subscribe. I post a ton of videos about email marketing in general, and I think that they're going to be a ton of value for you. So go down below, look at the other videos as well. But for now, I'll see you in the next one.